Hello everybody and welcome to Joe's Barbecue House. Today we're going to do a pork loin on the Weber kettle. Alright, what we have here is a boneless pork loin. I picked this up at Costco's and it's approximately 11 pounds. It's 10.56 ounces to be exact. And it was only $18.90. Under $20 for this big chunk of meat. You could feed a lot of people off this. Or if you'd like, you could just cut this in half, either re-vacuum seal it, which I would highly recommend, and then put it back in the freezer for another cook. But I'm going to cook the whole thing because I got a big family that loves eating meat. So right now I'm going to go ahead and take this out of the packaging here and rinse it off with cold water, and I'll bring the seasonings out here in a second. The only ingredients that we're going to use today is a little bit of kosher salt, some garlic salt, some Lawry's seasoned salt, and some coarse ground black pepper. Okay, our meat is now rinsed off with cold water, patted dry. Now let's take a look at this. On the other side, I did notice that there was a lot of fat, or some fat that we're going to want to remove, like right here. So just this, see this stuff right here? That's what you want to remove. It doesn't have to be perfect, just get off as much as you can. Now if you look, you see the silver skin? We want to get as much as this silver skin under this fat we were just trimming off, because your rubs will not penetrate through that, and it probably won't render down, but under the flame it could, break down some, but I like to trim it off. Okay, now that we got most of our unwanted fat off, at least most of it, here's some hard stuff right here we're going to want to get off. And no, I'm not claiming to be a butcher, because I am not. I have no knife skills, just like to do things my way. All right, now that we have the fat trimmed off anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some kosher salt. Just not a whole lot, just give it a light coating. It is a little bit windy, so I have to mess around here. So I'm going to do that. Let's go ahead and add the Lawry's. Go ahead and add the garlic salt. And the coarse ground black pepper. I don't know about you guys, but I love pepper. If you notice, I'm not using any binders. It'll be fine. You can spray it down with a little water, Worcestershire sauce, probably even mustard if you'd like. I'm not going to worry about it because it'll absorb in here after a while. I'm going to go ahead and flip this, or pat this down. Gonna get some on the sides there, and then we're going to roll it around and repeat the same process to the back side. All right, and there you have it. Nice, well seasoned pork loin. So I went ahead and put the pork loin into the refrigerator, and meanwhile we're going to go ahead and fire up this grill. A lot of you have always seen me light my charcoals with a lighter cube inside the trays. Well, this time it's going to be a little different. I'd like to show you this Weber charcoal basket. I've had it for years, and they're actually really nice. Just have your bottom vents wide open. Go ahead and light your lighter cube, and just set it right over the top. And if you notice, these are used coals that I used from a previous cook. And what I do is I'll take an empty Kingsford bag, it's an empty one, and when I'm done with my coals, when I close my vents off on the grill, I'll save them and put them in this bag. Then that way I can reuse them on another cook. Why throw them out? The coals are still good. They may burn out a little faster, but you can always add coals later. It's not a big deal. Okay, I went ahead and placed my charcoal baskets in there. There's one on each side. And I want you guys to look here in this charcoal chimney, not basket, the charcoal chimney. If you look at them 3 holes, that top hole there is approximately halfway up on this charcoal chimney. And usually I'll wait when I'm grilling at higher temps, I'll wait for a flame to get to the top of that. But in this case, I don't want them all lit. So what I want to do is let you guys look at this. And can you see the glowing of the charcoal there in that 3rd hole? I'm going to go ahead and pour equal amounts into those charcoal baskets. Okay, almost forgot to add my drip pan here. And what you want to do is any charcoal that you spilled, you want to get them picked up and get these baskets as close to the edge as you can. So your drip pan will fit in there nice and easy because it's already a tight fit. So probably should have added this before you started the grill or before I started the grill, but that's okay. We'll still make it happen. There we go. Oops. That's okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put our grate on. And we're going to add our lid. And always remember, I know I tell you guys all the time, it's probably getting old, but be sure to have your vent and your gauge in line with the meat, right in between the indirect cook side. All right, and we'll flip this way. We want to get this up to 300 degrees. With this Weber kettle, I take it to 300 degrees pretty much anytime I cook, low and slow or anything. Seems to averagely temp out to about 250 degrees inside the pit. So we'll get this up to 300. We'll go ahead and crack our vent halfway open here on the top, and we'll do this one halfway on the bottom here. Now, depending on how much you used your grill, if it's brand new, you're probably going to want to close it more. You might even have to close the bottom vent all the way and maybe even turn this quarter way until you build a season. And what I mean by a season, if you look at this, you see that the shiny stuff in there? That's a nice coating in there. It's like it's from the charcoal, it's from your meat, it's from everything that's going on inside your pit is what builds this season up around here. It's all that black stuff. And the more and more you get built up in there, the better these things will seal, and the more you're going to have to open your airflow to get yourself up to temp. But so far, this grill, is loving it at 300, and that's where I like it. So my vents are usually half open on the bottom, half open on the top. And when I go to adjust my temperatures, I always adjust it at the top vent and not the bottom. All right, we'll see you back when we get ready to put this chunk of meat on. We are just a hair over 300 degrees, probably 305, 306 or so, which is fine, because we just pulled that big pork loin out of the refrigerator, so it's going to be cold, which is going to cool the temps down in the grill by maybe 5 to maybe 7 degrees or so. That's not really important. Just get your temperature up a little bit higher. And what we're going to do is place this pork loin right here in the center. Oh, that smells really good. Any of you guys that has a 22-inch Weber kettle can see how big this chunk of meat actually is. Okay, let's go ahead and get a look at this thing. You guys can actually see how big this chunk of meat is for under $20. Like I said, I got it at Costco. Okay, I just put the lid back on, and we're just waiting for it to get up to 300 degrees, which it'll be there here pretty soon. But get your timer out app on your phone. This one has 3 timers, which is really nice. It's the kitchen timer from the Play Store for Android. I'm sure you could get it for iPhone, I'm not sure. But it has 3 different timers. And what I like to do, or what we're going to do, is set the timer for 20 minutes. We're right at 300. We'll start this, and in 20 minutes, we'll come back and check on the internal temperatures. What we're looking for are internal temperatures of 130 degrees. Then we're going to pull it. Okay, it's been 20 minutes now. Been steady at 300 degrees. Let's go ahead and get an internal temperature on this meat here. See where we're at. 82 degrees. About 82 degrees. 82 degrees or so. All right. What we're going to do is go ahead and shut our lid, and we're going to let this go for another 20 minutes. We'll be back. Okay, we are now 40 minutes into this cook. So let's go ahead and get another internal temp on this. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Let's grab our meat thermometer. Let's go ahead and see where we're at. We're 40 minutes in. It's about, say, maybe 98 degrees. Let's see where we're at over here. 105 degrees. Let's see where we're at. About 106. 130. 126. 115. Okay, seems that we're a little bit hotter on this side. I'm going to go ahead and rotate this roast. I'm sorry, pork loin. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set the timer for another 20 minutes. And we'll check back and see how we look. And just a side note, I probably could have just, instead of rotating that, I probably could have just rotated my lid and had the vent on this side now, on the opposite side, halfway during this cook, because a lot of the heat's building up here and a lot of it's escaping out of here. So when we had it this way, we should have just turned the lid this way. But being that I rotated it, I'm going to just leave it like this throughout this cook. We are now 1 hour into this cook. Let's go ahead and check the internal temps, and let's go from there. It's like about 118, 125, 122. Let's come back over here and see where we're at again. Yeah, 130, 130, 122 in the center there. 122 again. 125. Okay. I think we're getting very close to our target temp before we start to cut this into steaks. Let's go ahead and put the lid back on. And I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes. We should be pretty close to about 130, 135-ish. Our main goal is to hit 100 and about 135 or 140 degrees, 145 degrees is what we want to hit. All right, we are now an hour and 10 minutes into this cook. Let's get another internal temp check here. We're looking for about 130, 135 degrees, and we're sitting at about, well, 130, 134, 131. Well, yeah, that makes sense. 130, let's see, come over here. Oops. So we're sitting at right about where we want. Because the total internal temps at the end of this cook, we want about 145 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer this to the cutting board, and we will be right back. All right, I went ahead and transferred the meat to the cutting board, and now we're going to go switch back to the grill and set it up for searing these steaks after we cut them. Okay, so now what we want to do is remove our grate, get our hot mitts on. Let's remove our grate. Let's remove our drip pan, which, as you can see, there's not very much there. Those pork loins are very lean. And let's go ahead and move our charcoal grates, or I should say our charcoal baskets, together. And what we're going to do is just give them a little shake. And if you've noticed, we've never added any fresh charcoals. These are the same charcoals we used from the beginning. So let's go ahead and shake these out. And let's go ahead and get rid of some of these ashes. Now let's put the grate back on, and let's leave the bottom vent wide open. We want maximum airflow for this cook. Now while our charcoal is heating up, we're going to go ahead and cut these into steaks. And to just give you an idea of what these look like, let me just grab one out of here. I haven't even looked yet, but the juices, excuse me, the juices in here are incredible. I'm not sure how well you can see this. Let me see if I could get you zoomed in here. I mean, look at that. It's just dripping all over the place. Look at this. Look at all the juices running out of this thing. I better get a towel over here. So we're going to go ahead and sear these babies. So all we want to do while our coals are hot is just take the meat, and we're just going to put them right on top of the grates, just like this, for about 1 minute on each side. And that will bring us up to our internal temp of 145 degrees, which is perfect. Okay, our minute on each side have been done. So let's just go ahead and check our internal temps. So we're sitting here at, about 150, 145. Let's see here, we're sitting here at about 135, about 148. Yeah, these things here are done. You don't want to over-sear these guys. You don't want to overcook it. Pork tenderloin, any kind of, not ground pork, but any kind of chops that you're doing, you want at 145 degrees. That makes for the juiciest freaking pork that you just couldn't imagine. Let me go ahead and show you all the juices just rolling off this tenderloin. I mean, just look at that. Unbelievable. Okay. Look at that. Just juices flowing everywhere. That's why I want to get these seared to lock the juices inside this meat. So I will return. Now, to get a better sear on these, you can pat them dry and then go ahead and put them over there. But the grill marks are pretty much for looks, and it will help sear some of the juices in, especially once they rest. These things are going to be so juicy, it's going to be unbelievable. You probably could just take this whole loin and let it go to the 145 mark, pull it, cut it into your chops, steaks, whatever you want, and yeah, it will be wonderful. So the flames aren't that hot, but I just want to put just a little bit of grill marks on there. Could have dried it off, put some, like I said, maybe some oil on there, and just let them go and get some real deep marks on there. Or I could have put my cast iron grates on there, which I haven't shown you yet. I could do that. Just let me know in the comment section if that's what you want to see. Some of the attachments that I got, some of the accessories, because I have a ton of accessories for all the grills that I have. But let me go ahead and get these seared up and I'll be back. Alright, I just pulled these off the grill. They both had, or all these had 1 minute on each side just for a quick sear. And all of them were up to the 145 degree temperature mark that we wanted. So what I want to do is just grab one, just jump in and grab one. And just show you these freaking flies could just get out of here anytime, or that one fly. And what I like to do is zoom in and show you how tender these are and juicy. Okay, let's see here. Let me go ahead and just pull it apart. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys can see the moist. You guys see that? Very nice, very tender. I gotta jump in for a taste test here. Oh yeah. Garlic salt, the pepper. Oh my God. Yeah. These turned out really good. They're very nice, juicy. Let me see, let me grab another one. You can see that's not from searing. That is from just smoking for the past like hour and 15 minutes or so to get that crust on there. The grill marks, they're really not necessary. You could bring it up to the internal temps of 145 without having to cut it up and doing all that. You could just bring it up to 145, let it rest for 5 minutes, and start cutting into it, and I promise the juices will be flowing right out of that roast, just like this one did. So let me go ahead and tear this one apart. Let's check it. Oh, and of course, let's see if I get you a close up here. Yeah, oh yeah. Just bump the camera. Get another taste test here. Perfect, reverse seared. Swear to God, you need a paper towel every time you take a bite to wipe your mouth. It is that juicy, I'm telling you, it's so good. Well, here you go, guys. So if you like what you saw, please like. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more videos. Hit that bell notification button so you can get automatically updated for when I post new videos. And comment below if you would have done something a little different. Just let me know what you guys think. Have a good day. All right, everybody. I hope you like what you saw. And if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell notification button. That way, you'll automatically get notifications when I upload new videos. And if there's anything you would have done different, comment below, and we'll go from there.